Before we begin today's journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is dedicated to uncovering the hidden power of coins, the stories behind forgotten money, and the kind of rare discoveries that most people never realize are sitting quietly in their homes. If you appreciate history, value, craftsmanship, and the thrill of uncovering something extraordinary from the past, then subscribe and stay with me until the end, because today's coin may completely change the way you look at even the smallest piece of change. Now imagine South Africa in 1987. Life moved at a different pace. Cash ruled daily life, and coins were not decorative objects or collectibles. They were tools. You used them every day. You felt their weight in your pocket. You counted them carefully. And among those coins was the humble 10-cent piece, often overlooked, often underestimated, and rarely respected. Yet today, the 1987 South African 10-cent coin has quietly stepped into a spotlight few ever expected, drawing attention from experienced collectors who understand that the smallest coins often hold the biggest surprises. The 10-cent coin from 1987 comes from a time when South African minting still relied heavily on precision craftsmanship rather than full automation. Every coin struck during that period carries subtle characteristics shaped by the machines, the dies, and the metal batches of that specific year. The design featuring the arum lily is simple, elegant, and deeply symbolic. It represents purity, endurance, and quiet strength, qualities that resonate strongly with collectors who appreciate meaning beyond surface beauty. But the real fascination lies not in the flower itself, but in how few of these coins survived in a condition worthy of serious attention. Small-denomination coins live the hardest lives. They are handled more than any other coins. They are dropped, scraped, stacked, slid across counters, rattled in pockets, and forgotten in drawers. The 1987 10-cent coin was no exception. It passed through countless hands, markets, shops, and machines. Over time, most of them lost their shine, their sharp detail, and their original surfaces. Edges softened, lines blurred, the delicate features of the flower faded. And this relentless wear is exactly what created rarity. Collectors know a secret that casual observers don't. Rarity doesn't come from how many coins were made, but from how many survived in exceptional condition. And when it comes to the 1987 10-cent coin, survival in high grade is incredibly rare. Finding one with crisp detail, strong strike, clean fields, and original luster is like finding a time capsule that somehow escaped decades of use. For men between 55 and 65, this coin carries something deeper than metal value. It carries memory. Many remember using these coins daily, counting them carefully, saving them in jars, handing them over at counters without thinking twice. Seeing one today brings back a different era, before cards, before digital money, before everything became instant. Coins like this feel honest, solid, real. That emotional connection fuels collector demand more powerfully than most people realize. Another layer that adds to the fascination of the 1987 10-cent coin is variation. During the late 1980s, minting processes were consistent, but not perfect. Slight differences in die pressure, alignment, and metal flow created subtle variations between coins. Some show stronger detail in the flower petals. Some have sharper lettering. Some display slightly different rim thickness or surface texture. To the untrained eye, they look the same. To a seasoned collector, these tiny differences separate ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. Collectors also pay close attention to early strikes, coins struck when the dies were still fresh. These early examples display sharper edges, deeper engraving, and a clarity that later strikes simply can't match. An early strike 1987 10-cent coin in pristine condition is extremely rare, and when one appears, it immediately draws attention. These coins are often sent for professional grading, where their condition is officially documented. A high-grade certified coin instantly becomes a premium collectible, and let's not ignore the international market. Over the past decade, global collectors have turned their attention toward African coinage, especially pieces from the late 20th century. Coins from this era represent a balance between traditional minting and modern production. They are old enough to be scarce in top condition, yet recent enough to connect with living memory. The 1987 10-cent coin fits perfectly into this category, making it attractive not just locally, but worldwide. As time passes, the number of surviving high-grade examples continues to shrink. Coins get damaged. They get lost. They get cleaned improperly. They get thrown away. But demand keeps growing. And when demand grows while supply disappears, value climbs, sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly, but always steadily. This is how overlooked coins transform into headline collectibles. Now imagine the finest possible example of this coin. A 1987 South African 10-cent coin that never entered circulation. One that was preserved from the moment it left the mint. Its surfaces are smooth and untouched. Its edges sharp. The flower design crisp and perfectly defined. The metal still reflects light as it did decades ago. A coin like this is more than rare, it is exceptional. It becomes a benchmark, a reference piece, something collectors compare all others against. Coins like this don't appear often, and when they do, they create excitement, competition, and intense interest among high-end collectors, especially among experienced men who understand patience, value, and the importance of owning something truly scarce. These collectors don't chase trends. They chase history, and they recognize when a coin has crossed the line from ordinary to legendary. Now consider everything working together: age, heavy circulation, low survival rate, subtle variations, emotional connection, growing global interest, and the timeless appeal of physical money from a different era. All of these forces combine to elevate the 1987 South African 10-cent coin into a category few ever imagined it would reach. That you've stayed through the journey, the era, the craftsmanship, the wear, the rarity, the collector mindset, and the growing demand. And now we reach the moment you've been waiting for. The 1987 South African 10-cent coin, in its rarest form, preserved in exceptional condition, with the strongest strike, the most desirable variation, and the highest collector demand, has a potential estimated value of $200 million.